This show is about your life, how to make it better, how to make more from it, how to love deeper, how to share it with others. This journey is about connection to your dreams, with topics centering on love, money, sexuality, and energy that unites it all. This show will change your life. For years, I've coached people in easy-to-learn skills, and I've seen incredible changes. I'm here to teach you those skills as a coach and hopefully a new friend. Hi, I'm Kyle. Come along with me as you move along your path of life success. Welcome to the Kyle Phoenix Show.
Another great question that I got was about the actual massaging of the prostate during multiple orgasm intimacy. So, as we learned that one of the places in a man's body is the prostate, which is approximately about from here to the ball of your finger, that if you were to insert it into a man's anus, generally one finger at a time, well lubricated, that you would crook your finger up, and it's just like beckoning, so that you would actually feel the small nub, as we see in a diagram, of the man's prostate. You can actually put two fingers in and pressure up and movement towards. So, if you're imagining a man laying down on his back, in front of you, you would insert your fingers like this, bring up, curve slightly, and beckon. Now you have to, of course, remember that it may be the first time that a man has actually noticed this element of his body, so it may be extremely sensitive. So you want to do it gently, and you might even want to announce what you're doing first. So there should be well lubrication around the sphincter muscles. Remember, there are two. There's the first one on the outer, and then about a finger in is the next sphincter muscle, which is, there's the voluntary one and the involuntary one, which is why anal penetration takes patience, because part of what your body does is your body will allow you to control some things, and then it will protect you in other ways. So one of the other ways it will protect you is that the internal, the second sphincter, let's say it would be this finger, would be here, is generally remains closed. So that this one, you can actually learn to practice and open and close. But the second one actually generally remains closed until your body involuntarily opens it for some reason. That's why it takes time to relax, because anytime it feels anything here, it tightens up. So you actually have to relax. When you go further into the prostate, you can massage with the two fingers. You want to take your time with this. This isn't a button that you're just going to jab in and hit the button and everybody's going to be happy. This is part of, whether it's lovemaking or whether it's just a sexual intimate connection, taking your time with somebody. In order to have more, sometimes it takes patience, so that generally, and here's something that homosexual men can look at, whether you're homosexual or bisexual or transgender, the speed with which these men have sex. And part of that comes from lots of different areas. It comes from porno. That if your sexuality is taught to you through pornography, you will have a misconception of how sex works. Remember, any pornographic scene that you see for about 10 or 15 minutes generally takes about 3, maybe 4 hours to film. There are breaks in between. There's refreshments, there's time, there's Viagra. Sometimes there are even stand-ins. What you watch in the beginning isn't exactly who you see in the end, which is why you're not always watching everybody's face. Also, something that you may notice in pornography is that it starts from here, from the neck down to the actual genitalia. So you very rarely see the completion of someone's body and all the different reactions and signs that you might see in someone's body. The tensing of muscles, the relaxation, the breathing that they may actually do to relax, whether or not they're being penetrated or penetrating someone else. Then there's also the thought of, think of how homosexual men learn about sex. They learn about sex generally not in the same ways that heterosexual men learn about sex. Why? Because heterosexual men have not only women who will teach them more and more about sex, not only society that encourages and supports heterosexuality, but they tend to have fathers and brothers and cousins and friends, male peer relationships that will give them more and more information about men in relationship to women. They even can have heroes like Casanova, like Romeo, like all of these different kinds of archetypes that one can actually go and learn about. But who are the gay archetypes for sexuality? Generally, the gay archetypes for sexuality are porn stars, are men who have, in hypermasculinity, maintained an erection for years, and thereby are super men, or men who are bottoming, who have been penetrated for hours and hours of pleasure. That's not how the human body works. That's how TV works. That's how entertainment works. That's how porno works. If you want to be a good lover, there are great instructional videos. Even pornography is fine, but trying to learn from pornography is insanity, because pornography is just teaching you what a director believes, what a consumer wants to see, and it's doing it in a very isolated period of time. There are some great videos that are in our email newsletter that were actually more geared towards showing you how normal people have sex, how human beings have sex, how you'll have sex. Now, with this multi-orgasm training, you can extend this from normal sex time, which is about 15, 20 minutes, maybe an hour, to 5, 6, 10 hours, as much time as you have to actually have sex, have multiple orgasms, and choose how many ejaculations to have.